A warm summer night at a luxurious lake house in Lake Tahoe. Just you and your incredibly hot 36-year-old step-aunt, Mia, alone for the entire weekend. She's recently single, wearing almost nothing, scared of being alone, and she asks you to sleep in her bed. What started as innocent comfort slowly turned into something forbidden, something dangerously addictive. Her soft body pressed against mine, her whispers in my ear. We're not even blood-related, no one has to know. This is the story of the hottest, most secret night of my life, and trust me, by the end of this video, you won't be able to stop watching. It was a warm June evening when Caleb pulled up to the luxurious lake house on the shores of Lake Tahoe. The sun was just beginning to set over the deep blue water, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. The modern glass and wood home looked like something out of a magazine. Private dock, infinity pool, and floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the lake. Mia was waiting at the front door. At 36, she was stunning. As a fitness influencer, she had the kind of body most women dreamed of, toned, curvy, and glowing with health. Her long, light brown hair fell over her shoulders, and she wore a tight white tank top with tiny denim shorts that showed off her long, tanned legs. Caleb, oh my God, look at you, she exclaimed with a big smile. She stepped forward and pulled him into a tight hug. Her full, soft breasts pressed firmly against his chest. You've grown into such a handsome young man. Caleb, 19 and fresh out of his first year of college, felt his face heat up. Mia was technically his step-aunt, the older sister of his father's new wife. They weren't blood-related, but everyone in the family still called her Aunt Mia. Thanks for inviting me, Aunt Mia, he said. Mom told me you didn't want to stay here alone. Mia sighed as she led him inside. Yeah, my boyfriend and I broke up 2 weeks ago. This big house feels way too empty at night. I've been hearing weird noises, and after the breakup, I just feel nervous. I'm really glad you're here, baby. The inside of the house was even more impressive. Open-plan kitchen, massive living room with a stone fireplace, and huge sliding glass doors that opened onto the deck overlooking the lake. They cooked dinner together, grilled salmon, asparagus, and wild rice. Mia opened a bottle of chilled white wine. As they ate on the deck, she kept glancing at him, her eyes lingering on his broad shoulders and strong arms. You've changed so much, she said softly, sipping her wine. When you were little, you used to run around calling me big sister. Now look at you, tall, handsome, and all grown up. College girls must be going crazy over you. Caleb smiled shyly. The wine was starting to relax both of them. The conversation flowed easily about college, his future, and Mia's recent breakup. Around 8:30, Mia stretched and said, "It's still so warm. Want to get in the hot tub? The view of the lake at night is incredible." Sure, Caleb replied. Mia showed him to a guest room where swim trunks were waiting for him. When he came out to the deck, Mia was already in the hot tub. She was wearing a tiny red bikini that barely contained her curves. Steam rose from the bubbling water as the lights from the house reflected on the dark lake. "Come on in, baby," she said in a soft, inviting voice. Caleb slipped into the warm water. They sat close, sipping more wine. The stars were bright overhead. After some time, Mia slowly lifted one smooth leg and rested it lightly on Caleb's thigh under the water. "You make me feel so safe, Caleb," she whispered. "I haven't felt this relaxed in weeks." The tension between them grew thicker. Mia moved closer until her thigh was pressed against his. Her eyes were half-lidded, glowing with something more than just the wine. Eventually, she stood up. Water cascaded down her body, making the red bikini cling to every curve. Her nipples were clearly visible through the thin fabric. "I'm getting a little cold," she said. "Let's go inside." They dried off lightly and went back into the house. Mia didn't bother wrapping the towel tightly around herself. She walked close to Caleb, her damp skin brushing against him. "I don't want to sleep alone tonight," she said quietly, looking up at him with vulnerable eyes. "Will you stay with me in the master bedroom? It's a huge bed, and I feel much safer when you're close." Caleb's heart was pounding. "Yeah, of course, Aunt Mia." The master bedroom was beautiful, a massive king-sized bed facing the lake, soft lighting, and a balcony door slightly open, letting in the cool night breeze. Mia dropped her towel and climbed onto the bed in just her bikini. She patted the spot beside her. "Come here, baby." Caleb lay down next to her. Almost immediately, Mia turned toward him and pressed her body against his. Her warm, soft skin felt electric. She draped one leg over his and rested her head on his chest. "I've been so lonely," she murmured, her breath hot against his neck. "But when you're here, I feel alive again." Her hand gently stroked his chest. Caleb gathered his courage and placed his hand on her waist. Mia let out a soft, approving moan. She looked up at him, her lips slightly parted. Slowly, she leaned in and kissed him. The first kiss was gentle, testing. The second was deeper, hungrier. Soon they were making out passionately, tongues exploring as Mia's fingers ran through his hair. "You're so young and strong," she whispered between kisses. She sat up and unhooked her bikini top, letting it fall away. Her full, perfect breasts spilled out, nipples hard in the cool air. Caleb couldn't help but stare. "Touch me," she said softly. He reached out, cupping her breasts, feeling their warmth and weight. Mia closed her eyes and moaned, arching her back. She guided his hands, teaching him what she liked. The rest of her bikini came off. Caleb's swim trunks followed. Skin to skin, they pressed together under the soft sheets. Mia was experienced and gentle. She took her time, kissing his neck, his chest, guiding his hands over her body, whispering encouragement. "You feel so good, Caleb. I've wanted this more than you know." Their bodies moved together in a slow, passionate rhythm. Mia's soft moans filled the room as she rode the waves of pleasure. She held him tight, her nails gently digging into his back. The lake breeze drifted in through the open door while they lost themselves in each other again and again throughout the night. Hours later, as the first light of dawn touched the lake, Mia lay with her head on Caleb's chest, tracing circles on his skin with her finger. "Good morning, baby," she said with a shy, satisfied smile. She kissed his chest softly and whispered, "Last night stays between us, okay? No one can ever know. This is our secret." Caleb nodded, still in a daze from everything that had happened. Mia made coffee, and they sat on the balcony overlooking the sparkling lake. She wore nothing but a silk robe that kept slipping open. Every now and then she would reach over and squeeze his hand or kiss his cheek. "You saved me from feeling so empty," she said quietly. "Whenever you want to come back, my door will always be open for you. And remember, we're not even blood related. We're not really doing anything wrong." Caleb smiled and pulled her closer. As they watched the morning sun rise over Lake Tahoe, both of them knew this was only the beginning of something exciting, dangerous, and deeply addictive.